is Samantha James, and this is my Lifework video. All of my family lives far away from here, so I had to find other means of finding two people for my interviews. And so what I did is I went to the Sterling House, which is here over by UT Tyler, and I interviewed two people there. I just found two random people to interview. The first one I'd like to introduce to you is Ruben Langdoyle. He's from Ondaska, Texas. He was born on the 26th of April, and he is 73 years old. He has one sister, a half-sister, and a half-brother. He's been married one time. He has 10 children, or at least that's how many he thinks he has. He's been at the house since October, so he hasn't been there for very long. And most of, I'm not going to, talk too much about him because he talks about his life pretty much a lot. It was hard to get him to, stop talking, which is fine because, that's how a lot of elderly people are. That's how my grandfather is. Once you get him talking, he won't stop. But here is my interview with Ruben. Okay.
Ruben Doyle.
Alright. So Ruben, as a child, who did you look up to and trust the most, and why?
Aunt, how she raised me.
Okay.
Well, my aunt's husband was Daddy Sam. He raised me. He was the first one started me to walking. See, when I was little, I used to like to follow my mother. I just cried to follow. So she left me with her. Her auntie was my auntie. My auntie raised her. So she left me with her. And my man raised me. When I was a little bitty boy, I like to follow my mother. So I just cried. And I remember that country house in Goodrich. And I was just, and Daddy Sam took me on his foot like that, put me up to rock me like a horse. And went to I stopped crying and started hollering. But back to your question, my man McElroy.
That's cool.
She raised me till I got up so I could, do for myself. And then I started going to school down in Goodrich. They went to when I first started, they went to 12th, then they stopped going just to 9th. So when you went to 9th, it's just 8 miles from Goodrich to Livingston. So I moved up there with my other auntie on my daddy's side. Mm-hmm. Her name was Duck Anime. So she's just like a mother to me.
Yeah.
So I would stay too far from school. When we practiced football, I would stay about 4 minutes campus to the school from home.
Yeah.
So.
Alrighty, what are some of your favorite memories from childhood?
I used to like to hunt.
Yeah. What did you hunt?
Squirrels.
Squirrels?
Yeah.
I bet those were hard to hunt.
That's all we could do back in the country. I had a 22, and we'd go walking down that little creek called Sampson, down on Sampson. And sometimes you'd kill a snake. But then you'd have a dog, you have to look at the nests. You ever seen a squirrel nest?
No.
You had?
No. I've seen plenty of squirrels, but not.
But they got up in a tree, it's a big old pile of leaves and moss.
Oh, yeah?
And they get in there. And that's what they could go in there and make, have little ones. Although a coon will get in there. You know what a coon is? Raccoon.
Yeah.
We used to kill raccoons. So raccoon will get in there too. And if he take that nest, he'll be in there so big, it's something in there. And you shoot him, he'll come out. Yeah, I used to have to hunt, and I used to have to fish. And sometimes, I would be fishing, and I couldn't catch them. I'd just jump off and start swimming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would like to fish and hunt. But then I got up where I would, with my mag, I would put it beside the bar. I got tired of asking 50 cents. You take 50 cents and buy soda water and fig noodles. So I got a job on paper route. You might not know nothing about this, but it was M Farmer, a black paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I delivered. Oh, I had to go way down the bottom on the bicycle. So that give me, I made about $22.50 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know what to do with that. I gave it to my man. But what I'm trying to say, I got tired of asking mama for some money. See,
Yeah.
I was a big boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mag, Daddy Sam raised me. And then I got up, they induct, my mag died, and I got with my aunts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was grown when they inducted me. I was starting marrying and having children from high school.
Yeah.
Where you finish high school at?
Argyle High School. It's up in Denton. Do you know where Denton's at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like up. It's right next to Denton. It's like
Close to Dallas.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What years of your life were your most enjoyable and the most important?
I guess I said 4 or 5 years ago. I had a horse. I was a cowboy. Me and another guy used to paint cars. And he did too. So he went down and came down below Houston, bought about 5 registered with coats.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me one. And I raised him. He's a nice horse, king bred. I used to ride it. I used to trail ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I used to race on it. I like that.
Yeah.
But then I used to paint cars. I like to paint cars. And I made my own truck. I had old 53 Chevrolet. I put my V8 in it. I used to work at a body shop. We could go back there on the weekend and do our work on our cars down in Livingston.
Yeah.
So I liked it.
That's cool.
Sure did.
Um.
The best days of my life. Yeah. I had 3 horses. Had a truck, horse trailer. You know, when you start, you got to get it all. You got a horse, you got to have a trailer. Or if you don't want, you got to go to different places and trail ride.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Woodville, trail ride, went to Groveton. Yeah. Good.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Right.
Yeah.
You like horses?
I love horses. I love
Can you
horseback riding.
ride?
Oh yeah.
Can you?
Yeah. It's been a couple years, but I used to ride horses.
They got a ride over there, Mesquite, ain't they?
Really?
Yeah. Can you barrel race?
No. I mean, I'm not that good.
You
but
ride horse? You ever rode a horse?
yes.
Yeah. You got one?
No, I don't. I don't have one. My aunt used to. She had like 5 of them though, and so we used to go up there and ride them all the time.
Yeah. You like them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I plan on having some eventually.
Can you ride one and rope it?
No.
Oh.
Ours was just for enjoyment. We weren't.
But you won't want to run.
I'm gonna have to try one.
Yeah. Yeah, you get with it. You have to just let it go and get with the motion. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask you the next one. How would you describe your personality?
Now.
Yeah.
I've got a good one.
You got a good one.
I've got a good one over that information. See, we go to information. I didn't know what was going on at first. I went there about 3 or 4 times, and I said, you know what, riding from Russ up here, I need to know what's going on. So they told me, you know, it's just what you talk about the brains and how you talk. See, like me, I talk with my eyes, my hands, my feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you do things you don't know you normally do. Anytime you talk, you're going to talk through your eyes or something, right?
Yeah.
And then we had another stress about anxiety. Then your mood. What kind of mood you get in the morning?
Yep.
And sometimes you got a bad mood. You know, I don't know, you need medicine. Or it just could be you. See?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have laziness take over. See? But yeah, I've been in a good mood.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're in a good mood.
Yeah.
What were your...
But I just got like this later. Now, I was in the nursing home in Lufkin. I wish I had been dead. Because I was in the nursing home. We had some black administrators. And they was prejudiced.
Yeah.
I was in lockdown. You don't know what lockdown is. Lockdown is a place with crazy people that they can't get out. They had me in there. And I couldn't get out to do exercise. Ask them something, they wouldn't say
So you were
nothing.
stuck in there.
And then all at once, see, when you get in a nursing home, you got to have some power of attorney. My daughter was on power of attorney. She wasn't paying the bills, see. I take her to the bank, give her money. and she taking me back, and she wouldn't pay the bill. So all at once she stopped doing exercise. I said, well, Miss Dawson, you know, but I really need it, see. Because I used to do 20 on them. They got a bicycle. They cut me back on that. Kind of found out she wasn't paying. And Spanish said I was raping and fighting, and they moved me to Palestine. And I got Palestine on the night Palestine. If you don't like one of them places in the nursing home, you go to another one. All of them different. See?
Yeah.
They
take care of you here?
Yeah. See, this is different. This is assisted living. Nursing home, man, was bad. And nasty. Flies. I was in one of Russ. Flies was so bad they give you a fly swatter. Yeah, and the lady sitting on there down there, she be sitting on your pop. He flies on your
Dang.
So I kept on. I had a good case with her. She stayed here, but she go back and fly. And I told her, so later I need to get away from her. So we looked up on that pet, found this place, and I've been here since.
Yeah.
And like I say, them places, I wasn't happy in there. If you ain't happy, it's just like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. You gotta get out of there sometimes.
Man, you gotta get happy. You gotta be happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
When we go to Ryan's, you know what Ryan's is?
Yeah.
We go there and eat, we go to another place.
I like Ryan's.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And then I go to church on Sundays. See, the nursing home, you can't get out.
Yeah.
We got a lady here, you know, I don't know what she's got another her name is Judy. She go to church way back up in North Town. We call it the Hood. I've been going out, I'll go Sunday be the fourth time. And you know, at my age, I need to be in church.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody needs to be in church.
You need to be in church.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to go the wrong way. See, at my age, I need to be in church. I told them, old as I am, I need to stay in church. Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. What were your greatest achievements in life?
What did I do?
Yeah.
That I lacked? What does this mean?
What were your
achievement?
Yeah.
I would say I painted cars. That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
You were good at painting cars?
Yeah, back then. See, just back what I was saying. When I was in high school, I got a baby. Okay, I was staying at grandma, laying on the porch, grandma. I got the next one. Grandma said, boy, they go big, you know how old folks talk. I said, I don't know, grandma. She said, boy, you get up here and get your job. Wow, that's something. You can't go to grandma no more. Yeah. You got to make your own money. Yep. And so I was walking on the back street with a friend of mine. He went up to the house, and when I first started off, you know you're going to have to do dirty work. And so I started compounding cars like that. Stayed there about 3 weeks, so they said, man, Ty told me, Ed Harrison said, Ariel, I'm going to put you with Gene, as the guy paid, and just watch him and help him take them off. So I helped him take off. But Gene wasn't no good painter. He would run the paint and try to snatch like a tape. So all at once I got another guy named Glenn Adams. Glenn Adams was a good painter. Guy with Glenn. And he'd get on one side and I'd get on another. We'd meet at the back. So we did about two that night. He did one day, so it's yours already. I know the patterns. You got a pattern to paint car. You get the top up here and go around, get to the top and drop down and come back around. It's one coat. To do 3.5 coats. And I did it, and I got where I was good. Didn't get no wrong, make them shine. So he took me out from down there and put me up on the hill. I had a paint stall, and Glenn had more. I do 2 a day on one trucks. I do one in the morning, one in that's sand, and take it out and do it all. Now I liked that because I learned how to paint cars. Yeah.
Okay.
But they do it a whole different way now. They bake it on now. But then body works, you got to do body work through paint. Because if you're going to paint a car, you're going to get some dents. You don't want to paint a dent. So you got to pick it out and sand and bundle it. You got to learn how to work bundle.
Yeah.
So I learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I could work fiberglass. You know, you see these trucks, the fenders tore out. Especially them dualies. That's fiberglass. See? You got to know how to work fiber. Fiber is a rag, something like this, and you got something like syrup. You mix it up, and you put that put that rag on there and keep whacking it.
Mhm.
Till that rag get hard just like fiber.
Yeah.
Then you grind it out, put some butter on it. And then the hole just like fiber. Hit the hole with fiberglass. That's what the back of it is made out of, fiberglass.
That's
So
cool.
I can work fiber.
Mhm. When was the first time you fell in love?
Oh, wait. A lot of times.
Were you really young?
Yeah. I really know what it's about. You don't want me to go through that, do you? I tell you what, our first girl I was going with, I think her name was Kat Lavera Bargany. She was pretty, had long hair, but she crossed out one eye and that. But she's a tomboy. She could run and do it. So I told my man I had a girlfriend, this Romanian, and she stayed across the street. So I went to see her, and they had church one night. And I walked home through a little old trail, the grass bug. You know what grass bug is?
No.
You know what a grass bug is?
She ain't had no fun.
No, a grass bug is a little old sticker. It just hang over the trail, and when you just walk by, it stick your britches, and it's sticking there.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So she had something to a poet. So he had a lantern, and he made her walk behind him. See, he watches. Like, we got to the gate. She opened the gate and got to the porch. She said, "You know, come on in here. You know how old folks are." And then I pulled up, I kissed her. And she stuck her little tongue out just for a second. Boy, I was getting
Oh, goodness.
And then, Lord, I learned how to kiss. I'm a good kisser now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Probably years of experience, All right, growing up, what was your main goal in life?
Oh.
What did you really want to do when you were growing up?
You know, ma'am, you know what? What I really want to do is I was going to get me a body shop and do that. And then I got to working down in Lufkin, cleaning parking lots up with a pressure washer.
Mm-hmm.
If you get your own business, you can make money, but you got to go around and put them truck stops at and get them trucks. See?
Yeah.
You make about $100 a truck. But you gotta have a pressure washer, a truck, and hose.
You gotta have all the equipment.
Yeah, but you can work for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about doing that because I did it for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But that fell through.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went with the flow.
Yeah. So
I just did that till I retired. See, I retired from OKs. I don't know what year it was. I started getting Social Security. But back then, you couldn't get no job. But later on, you could get a job, but you couldn't get no check. They call it getting it up on the table.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think you can get a job, but you won't have to pay income tax.
Yeah.
They don't want you. The government don't want to give you no, then you have to pay it back to them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get Social Security now. So I'll just be here until I die, see. But I can go. My daughter gonna come get me I think Saturday.
How long will you get to go home and see her? How long will you be
Well,
there?
she coming up here Saturday. It's Livingston about a long ways. So
Yeah.
I try to get away from. See, I got two families. I had one, the first one go up here. Like I said, she wouldn't pay my bills, and then it was a mess about getting here.
Yeah.
So this other one come into place. But see, to be a power of attorney, you gotta go get your lawyer.
Yep.
See, she didn't have no lawyer. She was jumping on the done thing. Because she thought I was gonna die. I had a truck, she took a truck for a rent, she went and got all the clothes out, it's all that mess. But this other one about his last wife, she done like a power of attorney. She come and got a lawyer and got on that thing and seen who Cynthia had been going, get money. And I had a bank in Lufkin. She took my bank number and moved it to her bank.
Yeah.
See, that's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I straightened all of that. So it's straight now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's taking care of you?
Yeah.
That's good. What advice would you give to someone my age?
Do what you're doing. Get a good education, ship. Yeah. Cause them things, they done took over. I'm like the old folks. They done took over. Them computers, right? You can do all that. You get anything you want. You can find your boyfriend on that, can't you?
Yeah. You can do anything on that.
Yeah. You need to deal with them, ship.
Yeah.
Cause they done took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think you in a good field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause
I think so.
it's gonna be children.
Mhm.
And they gonna be born all kind of ways. Not talking about man the other day, talking about kids born together. You know, got two heads.
Yep. Dang.
And then they decide which one they want to let live. But if both of them got a body and two heads up here, you gonna kill both of them if you try to separate them, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they're gonna have to live. That's bad, ain't it? Two heads on the same body.
Well, it's happened. You know, there's so many people in the past that have been like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
some
don't know,
people
man.
have learned to live
You know what,
with it.
man? I don't know about the past. I never hear about nobody when I was a kid coming up like that. You and I heard them have fits. Spouses just walking, just kick. But you know, I heard people born with any form, one arm like that. But when one is born with two heads on the body, that wasn't back then when I was coming up. But it is now. You know, I guess the people is. What's wrong with the chromosomes and things like that?
I don't.
Maybe
There's so much that can go wrong. I mean.
Now that's what you study now.
Yeah. Well, I'm studying the mind, whereas like there's a lot of things that can happen in the genes. And, like,
right. That's what I'm talking about.
If you're not careful with the things you eat when you're pregnant, that can go. You know. So it's like everything. Yeah. Alrighty, this is gonna be my last question. Are you happy with the life you've lived?
Live or live it? Both.
Both.
Yeah.
You're happy?
Yeah. But it's some things back, if I could do it, I would change.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got married after doing that. And some more things.
I'll try to get in the beauty shop. They said,
there's some things I should have did. Like, climbing trees. See, I climbed a tree one night. We had down there on the tree, ruled by a bunch of us. And I had some dog trees. So it was my time to climb a tree. I mean, a big old tree. I couldn't hug it, but it had a vine about big as my arm on it. I said, what I do, I want that vine. I did. I had a big old light, like this long, silver light. I had sack up, and I climbed on the vine until I got ready to take this on. I put it on a limb, and it had, you know what a catfish is? Catfish is a vine got a knot in it, and it come loose. They call it catfish. It come loose, man. I fell about 30 feet, and when my feet hit the ground, I felt like my butt went the back of my head, and I laid there a while, and I remember somebody said, "Catch the dogs." See, if a dog tree and you hold up, fall out of that tree, you gonna get it.
Yeah.
And they had to catch old Jake. He used to lead me up. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have climbed a tree. No. And another time I was swimming. And I'm going to swimming hole. You jump off. You jump off in the creek and you come back up under that. But when you come back under there was a ledge like that.
Yeah.
See, the sun went up under there. I tried to come up. And I bumped my head bumped there. I didn't panic. See, if I'd have panicked, I'd have drowned.
Yeah.
I'd have went back down and swim back out of the water. And I wouldn't wet no more. That was dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by myself too. Yeah. You don't want to hardly go swimming or fishing by yourself. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing can happen. Especially in a boat. I got a friend of mine. His head is hard. He went fishing and some trout lines. He set them out and he was robbing them, you know.
Yeah.
And you know how you rob trout lines? You got a lot of lines up here across the highway and you're in a boat and you pick the line up and you see fish on it. Okay, you get your boat, you go down there, you get this and all. You got to pick the line up and the one down there, a flutter.
Yeah.
And he fluttered and the hooks hit his on his hand like that. And the hook ain't gonna come back.
Yeah.
It got to go all the way. And he's down there by himself. He said he had to cut the string. And then come home and them cut that out. A hook won't back up. Now,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go by myself fishing. Cause you can jump through the phone, you can drown you.
Yeah.
Them fish will drown you. And you can hang on that boat, that fish pull you off now. And you can't swim because you take up that boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Ruby,
ma'am.
you gonna play with us?
Yeah. I'm having an interview now. Put mine over there.
An interview?
Yeah.
What kind of interview?
What a kind of interview.
About my life.
All right. My second person is Sarah Kennard. She's also at the Sterling House. She's from Buffalo, Texas, and was born on October 31st and is 66 years old. She has one brother named Richard. She was married one time at the age of 35, and she had one son who died of leukemia at the age of 19. On May 12th, she will have been at the Sterling House for a year. And so without further ado, this is my interview with Sarah. Okay, you can go ahead and say your name.
Oh,
Say your name.
Sarah Kennard.
Okay. As a child, who did you look up to and trust the most?
My parents.
Your parents? Were you really close to them growing up?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to them.
That's good. Why? Did they trust just because they're your parents?
And my parents.
Okay.
Just my parents.
What are some of your favorite memories from childhood?
Favorite memory? Oh, gosh.
So long ago. I know, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I really don't know. I guess, I did school. When I got old enough, I worked in the theater.
Mm-hmm. You enjoy working at the theater?
Yeah.
Did you get to see a lot of free movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to work at a theater. How about as a teenager?
Teenager.
Yeah.
My teenage life was kind of boring.
Yeah.
That's why I worked in theater. I didn't do anything in school like that. No.
Yeah.
I just stayed home, worked in theater, and that's what I did.
Yeah. Who are the most important people in your life today?
I guess my brother and my sister-in-law.
Mm-hmm. Do they come see you here?
Yeah, when they have time.
Yeah.
He's working all the time now.
Where's he work?
He works at Texas Utilities in Tatum,
Okay.
out of Tatum.
Yeah. How far is Tatum from here?
They live in Henderson. I don't want to take about 30 minutes from here to Henderson.
Okay, yeah, I see. I didn't think Henderson was that
Yeah.
far. Okay, what years of your life were most enjoyable?
I guess my teenage years.
Yeah, you really enjoyed being a kid.
Yeah.
I miss it sometimes. I know I'm not very far from it, but I miss it.
Yeah. Look back and say, what?
How would you describe your personality?
Quiet.
Quiet, kind of reserved,
Yeah.
maybe? Yeah. I'm the same way. I sit at home and read all the time. Were you always like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What were your greatest achievements in life?
Well, I guess it's getting my ministerial license and working in nursing homes.
Yeah. You really feel like you did great with that?
Yeah, I did pretty good at that.
That's good.
I went to business college in Palestine. Then I
Oh,
went
really?
Yeah. Then I went to Palestine. I went to Corsa County. Got my first job in Corsa County.
Yeah. Okay. Corsicana.
I stayed there for about 15. I stayed there for about 15 years.
It seems like so long.
Yeah.
It really does. But
Yeah,
I think once you get, you know, I mean, it's crazy to think that I've spent most of my life in school.
Yeah.
And I'm only 20, but
That's not bad.
yeah. When was the first time you fell in love?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know if I fell in love or not. I don't know.
Okay, when was your first crush?
Oh, gosh. I don't remember. I don't know who it was. I don't remember.
So were you married?
Yeah, I was married for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. How old were you when you
I
got
was
married?
About 35.
Okay, so you were a little bit older.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, It's crazy how people get married really young
Yeah.
and then they.
I guess I'm more interested in my career, my working and career to get married.
Yeah, well, I mean, it works best for some
Yeah.
people to do it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Okay, growing up, what was your main goal in life?
Growing up, my goal in life.
Like, what did you want to do most?
Like, I wound up working nursing home most of my life.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted to do as a kid?
I never thought about nursing home until I went and applied at this nursing home in Corsicana.
Yeah. What did you want to do when you were a kid? Do you remember what your
hell,
dream job was?
I don't know.
It's
Yeah, it's a long one. I don't know what a dream job. If I had a dream job or not.
Yeah. I always wanted to be an actress.
Actress.
Um, okay. What kind of advice would you give to someone my age?
Keep on doing what you're supposed to be doing. Do a good job at it. Do the best thing you can do.
Yeah. That's what Ruben said too. That's
Do
funny.
the best you can do in anything you do.
You set your mind to.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be my last question.
Okay.
Are you happy with the life you've lived or you're living now?
Yeah.
You're happy? Good. Well, thank you so much for the interview.
Okay.
You didn't talk for 20 minutes. No, that was good though. Alrighty. Okay, so I guess you could say the number one thing I learned from doing this interview is how different everybody is. Ruben was from a low-class family, and he grew up, a way different lifestyle than Sarah did, who was from a middle-class family. And Sarah was very reserved and very shy, and she didn't say much. And even like before I interviewed her and afterwards, like she didn't talk that much. I tried getting some more out of her, but it was a lot of yes and no answers. But Ruben, oh my gosh, once you got him talking, he just kept talking, which was, it's really sweet to listen and stop and listen to him because, another thing that I really liked about it is that they have so many stories. Ruben just had stories that he could tell, and like I spent another probably almost hour up there with just the people that the other people that were there, and they all just told me some stories and it was great. And I wish, honestly, I probably should have interviewed 2 other people, because Ruben talked a lot and Sarah didn't talk that much, and maybe I should have found some people that were a little bit in between. But I think the good thing about the 2 people that I chose were that they were so different, and it really points out how every single person is different. There's not a single life out there or 2 lives that are going to be the same. Even if it was 2 middle class families that, 2 people who are, brought up in good families, they're still not going to have the same, stories. That's what stood out to me the most. And I really enjoyed doing this. I think in everyone's life they should do something like this. Go out and find people and hear about people's lives and think and compare, not compare yours to theirs, but just think of like, one day you're going to be that person telling those stories. You're going to be that one person telling people, I have 10 children, or I lived a good life. And I hope that one day I can say that to people and say that I'm happy with the life I've lived. Now, I know we've all made mistakes, and I guarantee, like Ruben told me, he told me if the one thing he wished he would have done over was not get married so young, and Sarah didn't really tell me anything, but, it's just, even with how many mistakes we've made in our lives, or how many, not even mistakes, but maybe just bad decisions, you can still live a happy life. Ruben is happy with the life he's lived, even with the mistakes he's done. Sarah is happy with the life she lived, even though she's lost. She lost her son, who died of leukemia at 19, you know? And I think, for some people to gone through so much to still be happy is, that shows a lot about someone's character. And I really enjoyed talking to these people and interviewing them, because I hope that one day when I'm their age, I'm as happy with my life as they are. But I really did enjoy doing this, and I think I got a lot out of it, even though I was nervous too, because I didn't know anybody. It's easy to interview people that you know, but sometimes it's a lot harder interviewing people you don't know. And I think it was good for me to step out of my comfort zone.